Yeah, so I'm live again. It's been a while. It's been maybe about what 6 days, 4 or 5 days, about 5 days since I've gone live. Um, with the Thanksgiving holiday. Uh, um, it kind of put things off, being around family and all that. Kind of put a lot of things off, which being around family is also essential. So that was cool. I want to give God Almighty the praises and all glory and honor to God Almighty, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I want to give all praises. And my brother Emmanuel, if you want to join, I put the link so you could join if you want to join. And just want to say God bless everyone, and God is great. God is good to us. Just the fact that we have life, God is good to us. All praises to the triune God, the God who is above all gods, the God who give us wisdom to decipher things and to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of things that are nonsense. And as far as we are concerned, if we are sensible people, Islam is nothing but nonsense. Not only sensible people, but people who are educated on Islam. Because a lot of Muslim is not that they are not sensible, but they are not educated on their religion. And so I just want to make that point clear. Um, hey, my brother, how are you, man? God bless. If anyone want to join, the link is there. We're gonna have a little fun talking about Islam today. So if anyone want to join and subscribe to this brother's channel, Be Rich Prophet of Islam, if you haven't already subscribed, and also our brother Emmanuel. Um, Shahid, he also have a channel that you guys could subscribe to. It's funny. I often watch him while I'm at work, and our brother Bewitch are it could be a brother or a sister. I'm not sure. Bewitch Prophet of Islam. He did great work with taking videos and making them into he would take maybe multiple videos and make them so cohesive and so sensible, and he have a unique talent that I wish I had. I also have that kind of talent. Oh, he said I'm waking up. Thank you very much, my brother. I also love your channel. So what are we going to do today? We are going to go into Islam. We are going to go into Islam. But first, I want to have some fun. I kind of see this I saw on Christian Prince some time back, but I just want to look into it from my perspective. Because sometimes you could see something and you could look at it. Yes, I love this. Yes, Islam is depressing, but Christ is our joy. Um, I said the drama of Islam continues. So, what we're gonna do today, we're gonna look at something that Muhammad says, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit. We're gonna talk about it a little bit. So, let's get into this. But remember, I said it before, but I want to say it again. All praises to the triune God, the God who is above all gods, the God who gives us wisdom to decipher things and to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of things that are nonsense. And as far as we are concerned, Islam is nothing but pure nonsense. So here is Phil Emmanuel Shahid's channel right here. So you guys could just hit on that and subscribe to the brother's channel, and also the Be Rich Prophet of Islam. His channel is also here, so you could subscribe to the brother's channel also. And thank you guys for coming out watching this Jamaican. Anyway, so what we're gonna look into something that Muhammad say, and we're gonna see how funny this guy called Muhammad was. So look at this right here, my brothers and sisters. Look at this. Let's look at this little video for a minute and see the joy in this video. Look at the joy in this video. So here is a video, and we're going to play the video, and you're going to see the joy in the video. The video says, girl called for a little donkey to come out, and he happily ran at her to play. So look at this.
Bubby!
Do you see the donkey coming? And the donkey is braying. The donkey is braying like donkeys do. So the donkey is coming.
There he is. Hi. Oh, everybody's coming.
So from the video, what you can see is this donkey miss the girl so much, because animals are like that, and God give them this unique love that a lot of animals have for humankind, especially if they're treated good by that human. Dogs have that love, cats have that love, donkey have that love, horses have that love. There are even wild animal have that kind of love. Even wild animal like lion and tiger also have that kind of love. If they are raised up from their young in the hands of human being, they could develop that kind of love. I've seen it before on these videos where animal haven't seen a person, wild animal, haven't seen a person for a certain period of time, but when that person came by, the animal could tell, oh, that's her, I remember her, or oh, that's him, I remember him. But look, do you notice the donkey was braying, and the donkey making that donkey sound, the braying noise? And look what Muhammad say about a braying donkey. I don't know, man. I don't know about this prophet of Islam, man. I don't know. Man, I've been telling people, I said, if Muhammad is so beautiful, if he was a piece of cloth, I would cut him up and make a dress for my wife to wear on vacation. Because he's so colorful and beautiful. Sahih al-Bukhari 33:03. Look what Muhammad said. Narrated Abu Hurairah. The Prophet said, when you hear the crowing of the rooster, ask for Allah's blessing, for their crowing indicates that they have seen an angel. Every morning when the cock get up at sunset and said, that means he saw an angel. That Muhammad was such a donkey, man. Not this kind of donkey that is in this video. He was the kind of a clown, an idiot. Can you imagine that I'm living in Jamaica and the rooster crow all the time, because we call them cock over there, C-O-C-K, they call them that name. So in Jamaica, the rooster crow all the time. All the time. They get up in the morning, and when the sun sets, because that's a normal thing for them to do, to wake up the other, that's a part of their job, to wake up the neighborhood, to wake up the other animal, to wake up things. They make that crowing noise and echo all over. You will one crow here, and there's a response miles away. Because their voice travel miles away, and you will hear the response all over the villages and the communities in the rural Jamaica. And Muhammad says, every time the cock crow, that means the cock or the rooster saw an angel. Wow. And he said, when you hear the braying of a donkey, of donkeys, seek refuge with Allah from Satan. He said, seek refuge from Allah, from Satan. Their brain indicates that they have seen a Satan. So, what I want to know in this video right here, in this video that we just show, when the little girl called the donkey and the donkey was coming towards her, what did the donkey started braying? What did the donkey see? Did the donkey see Satan? Did the donkey see Satan? Or did the donkey see a woman or a child that he or she loves? But look at this. Remember, Muhammad called women Satan? Watch this. You remember Muhammad called women Satan? Watch this. Remember that Muhammad called woman Satan. Look, listen to this. Jibir, this is Mishkat al-Masabi 3105. Jibir reported Allah Messenger as saying, a woman advances in the form of a devil and retires in the form of a devil. So when one of you is charmed by a woman and she affects his heart, he should go to his wife and have intercourse with her, for that will repel what he is feeling. So the woman advances in the form of a devil. So maybe when the donkey was coming towards the girl and was making the donkey sound, the brain sound, maybe the donkey saw the woman as a devil. Don't you think that might be logical? Do you think that might be logical? That is logical to me. What can I say? Man, Muhammad was the most logical prophet ever. What a clown, man. What's going on, my brother Shake and Bake? How are you, man? Sister, say Abdul should have an early warning system, i.e., donkey in the bedroom. Bibi says, let's not forget the black dog is a devil. What kind of prophet was this? Can you imagine? This is what they call a prophet. This man is telling you that when you hear a donkey bray, that means the devil is near. But we see the donkey is so happy to see the little girl or the woman, because we don't know if it's a little girl or a woman. The video says girl, but we don't know if she's little. But but what is so crazy about it is the donkey is braying, and Muhammad says a woman advanced in the form of a devil. And very logical, man. Very, very logical. I've never seen nothing so logical in my my 40 odd years of life. I've never seen anything so logical. Molly was more of an ass than the donkey. I agree. 100% agree. Do you see the stupidity of this clown religion that they, what kind of religion is this? Now, let's get into something even more interesting. When is the last time you see anybody seen Uthman ibn Farouk? When was the last time we have seen the guy called Uthman ibn Farouk? It's a long time, huh? It's been a while, right? Now we're going to show you something from Uthman ibn Farouk, the footnote Farouk. Footnote is back, and he's beautiful as ever. Here is footnote. Footnote Farouk. So footnote Farouk make this video here, and what he is talking about He said protests are not from Islam. So protesting something is not from Islam. That is Uthman ibn Farouk. So let's listen to this guy.
To be honest, right? I don't see it from the way of the Salaf, and I don't see it effective. How many years have people been protesting for Tibet? Free Tibet, free Tibet, free Tibet. Dalai Lama bounced, didn't want to stay and handle it. Got rid of the armed resistance in Tibet because he's sitting in the UK having tea with your queen. And protests and movie stars and stickers on cars, free Tibet, and politicians, free.
See this idiot, what this idiot prefer to do is to make a fake, pretend as if someone stabbed him, and then to that could possibly lead to a riot where Muslims are attacking people because they believe that he is stabbed. That is better than a protest. A protest that actually caused so many changes in the United States of America. He believed that there is no nothing good in protest. Do you see how stupid this clown is? So for him, it is better to be deceptive, where you pretend as if you're being stabbed by someone and claim that you report it to the police and the man is being arrested when it cannot be found in the county record that this man is being arrested, but you claim that you reported to the county and the man was arrested, but he cannot be found in the county court record. How can a person be arrested in a county and cannot be found in the county court record? Impossible. Lying clown. But guess what he's gonna say here? That protest doesn't work. Anybody living in the United States know how much protests work. Anybody living in certain places in the world, you see where protests work. Like, for example, Saudi Arabia. Women weren't allowed to drive car. And why do you think that women are now driving car? Because we have certain groups like women rights groups that protest, that verbalize the problem that they have something against this kind of holding women down. So at the end of the day, you will see that protest does work, but this guy say protest doesn't work.
Free Tibet, and China's like, do something, bro. We ain't freeing nothing.
So he said, okay, free Tibet, and China said, do something, bro. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do if China doesn't free Tibet? Fight China? So it's a protest doesn't work. Do you see this guy is an idiot? China is China, and protest. But guess what he's trying to do? He's trying to hit out on Muhammad Hijab. If anybody know, he's talking about Tibet and China say, we ain't doing nothing, bro. But look at this. This is what he is trying to speak out against. He's trying to speak out against Muhammad Hijab and his protest. That's what he's actually speaking out against. So look at Muhammad. Let's show you what he's actually speaking out against. Because what these Muslims do, they actually get up every day and fight against each other. Literally, that's what they do. So let's look at Muhammad Hijab. Now, why do you think that Muhammad Hijab is naked hugging a man? Because he was protesting. He says Muhammad Hijab, the Uyghur Muslim protests of London. So he's literally telling Muhammad protest doesn't work. So you know what he's telling Muhammad Hijab? Like, hey, all this is waste of time. Uthman, the wicked liar, who maybe if Mohammed Ijab had gone somewhere where there's a big Chinese community like Chinatown in New York or some other place, and decided, okay, I'm gonna make up a lie and cut myself, pretend as if I got cut in the stomach by a Chinese man, maybe Uthman would like that better. I think he would have liked that better. He would have made a video, oh, Mohammed Ijab is stabbed by a Chinese man. That's what he would like that better. Uthman doesn't like people protesting against something that is injustice, because as a Christian, I believe what China is doing to the Muslims in China is injustice. And I don't have a problem with protest. Is the way protest is being done, like the way this Mohammed Ijab did this protest, showing himself, taking off his clothes as if he thinks China is moved by a naked man. Like China got all these big sumo wrestlers over there, and he's naked, and he believes that if he take off his shirt and shout at the Chinese embassy, then that is effective in making China get scared. That's not effective. But an intelligent protest or demonstration, and there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. But Uthman, I bet if Mohammed Ijab had taken a page out of Uthman's book, where he cut himself or pretend get some ketchup and put on his belly and said, okay, you know what? I'm going to tell a lie that a Chinese man stabbed me in my belly and see what happened. Just like Uthman ibn Farouk did, where he put some red stuff looking like ketchup on his shirt and then claimed that American stabbed him in the belly, and how he went to urgent care, and how the man is arrested. He reported to the county sheriff, and the man is arrested and is now in jail, and the county court in San Diego cannot find anything that have to do with what he says. Maybe if Mohammed Ijab take a page out of this clown's book, then possibly the clown would agree that would say, oh, that's something better than protesting. But anybody who live in the West knows that protest leads to change. We have seen it several places where protest leads to changes. But that's Islam for you. Uthman want to see lies and deception instead of protest. That's what he want to see. He don't like to see people doing things that seems civilized. Lying about something seems more civilized to Uthman. Let me see what this guy said. Right. About these liars, I always say, free Palestine. Yes. That's Islam for you. That is Islam for you. By the way, your name. By the way, your name even funnier than mine. The name is not really funny. It makes sense. So let's see. Mohammed took off his shirt, so another man. kiss his belly button. Muhammad is following his prophet. Muhammad Ijab is following his prophet. Remember, Muhammad lift up his shirt so this man could kiss his belly. So maybe that's what's going on there. Who knows? But anyway, we just wanted to show the latest of Uthman trying to throw words at Muhammad Ijab when he is the biggest liar ever in the history of Islam. Now we're going to show you guys something interesting. Let's get into something more in the doctrine of Islam. So let's look into something more interesting pertaining to the doctrine of Islam. So let's look at this. Let's get this off since we already deal with that. And protest, we already deal with that one too. So let's get those off. All right. So we're going to look at this one little guy. To me, this guy is one of the most senseless Muslim apologists ever. So let's take a look at this guy. Since he's one of the most senseless Muslim apologists, like literally so naive. And if you notice, if you go to his web page, his YouTube page, it's called Dawah over Dunya. If you go to it, most of his video is about David Wood. He's obsessed with David Wood, and he never represent what David Wood says. Like literally, I could take one of his video every day and show how he misrepresent what David says with these short little videos. So he take these little short video to cover something that David say in 20 minutes. Because most of David's video is like 20 to 30 minutes. And what David say in 20 to 30 minutes, this clown believed that he could undo in a short video that lasts like what, 6-7 minutes. So let's look at this video right here from the clown. I want to play it from the beginning. So let's scroll down a little. Let me see if we can.
And the ribs. So this is regarding these three verses from chapter 86. Verses 5 and 6 together teach
gonna play it
that man
over.
was created from an ejected fluid. And verse 87 is translated to say, emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. The word translated for emerging is yakhruju. Now, there are two classical understandings of this verse, both of which refute this being a supposed scientific mistake. The first is that the word yakhruju is referring to the fluid being ejected, which we would understand to be the seminal fluid. For those who aren't aware, seminal fluid is not primarily produced in the testes, but in the seminal vesicles, which are in the abdomen of the male. And the second opinion, which is actually held by Al-Qurtubi and by a number of other mufassirin, is that yakhruju is referring to the man being created. In other words, it's the man emerging from between the backbone and the ribs, as opposed to the fluid. We'd understand this to be referring to childbirth. And both of these understandings are considered valid, and either one would refute this being a scientific mistake.
Okay, so you hear what he says, but we're going to play it over because we want you guys to listen to what David Wood say. And remember, David Wood don't make short videos. David Wood, when I say short videos, I mean nothing like this. Nothing as short as this. David would make like 30 minutes video, 20 odd minute videos. But this guy took something that David would say without showing the citation that David would cite. This is how clowning and idiotic this clown boy is. And he will do that to anybody's video, and he will make it look like, oh, this guy knows what he's saying. But literally, he doesn't know what he's saying. So let's play what David would say so you guys could catch and see what he is trying to debunk, but he did not. And I will show you how he did not.
You'll find these kinds of things all over the Quran. The Quran claims that semen is formed between the backbone and the ribs. So this is regarding these three verses from chapter 86. Verses 5 and 6 together teach that man was created from an ejected fluid. And verse 87 is translated to say, emerging from between the backbone and the ribs. The word translated for emerging is yakhruju. Now, there are two classical understandings of this verse, both of which refute this being a supposed scientific mistake. The first is that the word yakhruju is referring to the fluid being ejected, which we would understand to be the seminal fluid. For those who aren't aware, seminal fluid is not primarily produced in the testes, but in the seminal vesicles, which are in the abdomen of the male. And the second opinion, which is actually held by...
If you stop him there, it's already a mistake. Because man could never be, if you're talking about, man is not created from the seminal fluid. Do you see that? It is saying that man is created from a fluid ejected, but seminal fluid is not created. Man is not created from seminal fluid. Man is not created from seminal fluid. No. Anybody with any sense at all know that man is not created from seminal fluid. Do you see what I'm saying? Man is not created from seminal fluid. You're not, so I don't know. So seminal fluid helps to transport sperm out of the man's body during sexual intercourse. That's what seminal fluid do. But are we created from seminal fluid? No, we are not created from seminal fluid. Muhammad believed that men were created from a fluid. Literally, that's what Muhammad believed, that the fluid that came out when a man ejaculates, that's what create the child. That's what Muhammad believed. And I will show you proof for that. So he didn't debunk David Wood. And we're going to let him continue.
By Al-Qurtubi and by a number of other mufassirin, is that yakhruju is referring to the man being created. In other words, it's the man emerging from between the backbone and the ribs, as opposed to the fluid. We'd understand this to be referring to childbirth. And both of these understandings are considered valid, and either one would refute this being a scientific mistake.
What a naive clown. Now, who would we go to if we want to know what Muhammad was talking about? Who do we go to? Anybody who want to know what Muhammad was talking about, who do we go to? We go to the Sahaba. That's where we go to. And who is the best of the Sahaba to tell us what Muhammad means? Ibn Abbas is the best of the Sahaba to tell us what Muhammad means. So let's take a journey to the Sahaba and see what the Sahaba says. Because this guy believed that when David would speak, David Wood is not well researched and what he's talking about. So let's take a look at what this Ibn Abbas believed Muhammad was talking about, to show you that this guy is nothing but a headless donkey and believe he can debunk what David Wood says. Guy is nothing but a headless clown. Look at this. Look at this. From this website, let's go down, show you what the name of the website is. Stock Exchange. This is Islam Stock Exchange. But I will even go to another website just to show you that there's multiple websites that teach this kind of stuff. So Ibn Abbas. So I have not found any classical scholar with this opinion. This is probably because Ibn Abbas Ra, one of the first scholars of Islam, had a clear opinion on this, and no major scholar found a reason to differ from him. This is a quotation from him, referenced by Ibn Kathir. So you see that early scholars. So he come and he want to quote these late scholars that trying to do damage control. Ibn Abbas didn't have to do damage control. Why? Because Ibn Abbas is not aware of modern science. So he's going to tell you exactly like Muhammad say that it is. And who is Ibn Abbas? He's called the ink of the Ummah. He's the one who Muhammad prayed to Allah to give understanding of the Quran. So listen what he says here. Shahib, let me see if it's big enough for you guys to see. And I'll go and big enough for you guys to see here. Sorry, maybe too big. Okay, so here it is here. Shahib bin Bashir reported from Urkima, who narrated from Ibn Abbas that he said, the backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman. So you see this idiot talking about, when he talk about backbone, it could mean the pregnancy where the baby is and all this stuff. Nonsense. Totally nonsense. Because baby is not in the ribs of a woman. The baby is not found in the ribs of the woman. So he says, it says, the backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman. The fluid is yellow and fine in texture. So he's talking about a fluid that is yellow and fine in texture. The child will not be born except from both of them, i.e., their sexual fluids. Do you see that? Their sexual fluids concerning the ayah. So this clown believes that he can say, oh, David Wood is this and that. And look, if you go to his YouTube channel, he shallowly represent things that David Wood says. I've already debunked like what 3 things that he claimed about David Wood, because what he does, these short videos are now a trap for these clown Muslims, because it is a way to keep them ignorant. Short videos are the worst videos unless it is actually targeting a point and there is nothing else that can debunk what he said in that short video. But a short video doesn't convey the truth in most cases when it comes to Islam. When you see them making these short videos, it doesn't convey the truth. Because there's modern scholars. When I say modern scholars, I'm not talking. I'm talking about classical scholars and modern scholars. Ibn Abbas would be the most classical scholar. Listen to what this guy say here. This is probably because Ibn Abbas R.A., one of the first scholar of Islam. And notice what Ibn Abbas says. This is Muhammad's cousin. Notice what he says. The backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman, it is the fluid. The fluid is yellow and fine in texture. The fluid is yellow and fine in texture. So he's talking about fluid, a fluid that comes from the backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman. What fluid is that? The child will not be born except from both of them, i.e., their sexual fluid. Sexual fluid. Sexual fluid. And did Muhammad believe that a woman have sperm? Yes, he did. Muhammad believed that women have something similar to sperm. Muhammad believed that women have something similar to sperm. Now, let's go somewhere else where we can find that so that the Muslims will not say, oh, he is just quoting from a crazy website. So let's share it from somewhere else. This is tafsir on the Quran verse. This is actually the tafsir on the Quran verse. So proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs, the backbone of the man and the ribs of the woman is the fluid. The fluid is yellow and fine in texture. The child will not be born except from both of them, i.e. their sexual fluids, concerning Allah's statement. So do you see this? This is actually from Quran.com. Can you see it here? Quran.com. Quran.com. Let's have some fun with Quran.com. Let's have some fun. So you see that he misrepresents what David Wood is trying to say. But now let's show the people who already didn't know. I know a lot of you already here, who are here right now, are already educated on this. But let's show what Muhammad actually believes when it comes to sexual fluid. Muhammad believed that women have sperm. Muhammad believed that women have sperms. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. So anyway, this is Gabriel, quote unquote, does not know genetic. So let's so can you guys see that? So what we're going to do here, this is my page that I have, my Grammarly page, but just to make sure that we're sharing the right man, I feel you are you're something else, man. Breasticles. Of course, if you have semen coming from your breast, you must have breasticles. Man, you make this thing funny, my Muhammad is oh my God, what kind of religion is this? Oh boy, what kind of religion? Oh man. Hey, so let's show, because we are serious about this, man. We are let's show that Muhammad believe. Let's show what Muhammad believe, because Muhammad literally believe that. Oh, I don't know why I did that. Muhammad literally believe that women have sperms. So we're gonna copy this right here. All we're gonna do, we're gonna copy this right here, and we're gonna show you that Muhammad believe that women have sperms. This is not no joke. Muhammad literally believe that women have sperms. It's not a joke. This is what they call a prophet. Can you imagine? They call this man a prophet, man. The pirate, everything that makes sense in the Quran was stolen from somewhere else. All the other nonsense in there, that's Muhammad, from Muhammad. Everything that makes sense in the Quran was stolen from somewhere else. All the other nonsense came straight from the idiot Muhammad. So let's show you something. So I didn't want to show it from this is where Muhammad went to Medina, and a Jewish man came out and meet Muhammad and asked Muhammad 3 questions. And one of the questions is very interesting. We're gonna forget about the rest of the question. And one of the questions the man asks, why does a child resemble its father, and why does it resemble its paternal uncle? That's one of the questions that the man asks. In some hadith, it actually says, why does it resemble its parents? But that's the question the man asks. And Muhammad said, Jibril has just told me of their answer. Can you imagine? Muhammad is saying that Jibril told him the answer. The same so-called angel that he claimed gave the Quran. And look how stupid this angel was. So the angel says, as for the resemblance of the child to its parents, if a man have sexual intercourse with his wife and gets discharged first, the child will resemble the father. And if the woman gets discharged first, the child will resemble her. So what is he talking about? Discharge. So discharge from both male and female have to do with childbirth. So during sex, he says, if a man have sexual intercourse with his wife. So during sex, if the man discharge first, the child will look like the man. If the woman discharge first, the child will look like the woman. But that, what does that tell you? That the woman has something similar to sperm. That the woman has something similar to sperm that she discharged. But isn't that stupid? That is so stupid. The reason a man discharged is because he is not the one having the baby. So he have to discharge into the woman in order for a baby to be born. But why is a woman discharging? if a woman discharge have something to do with sexual childbirth, why is she discharging outside of herself? Why? Senseless. This is how the kind of community that Muhammad had. The people were so naive, they weren't thinking about things. Because literally, cognitively, it doesn't make sense for a woman to discharge if her discharge have genetic composition that contribute to the composition of a child. If her discharge of genetic properties that contribute to the composition of a child, why is she discharging out of herself? It doesn't make any sense. But notice this. Let's not stop here. Let's not stop here. So what I'm going to show you is the actual hadith. Let's show the actual hadith just to show you that this clown Muslim, Dawah over Dunya, I don't know what is wrong with this guy. So here we go. This is the actual hadith. This is the actual hadith where he asks, and Muhammad said the same thing here. Muhammad said Jibril told him. This is Sahih al-Bukhari 33:29. Sahih al-Bukhari 33:29. And Muhammad said, Gabriel has just told me of their answers. And then he says, he says, if a man have sexual, see it? Do you see that? But look at something even more damaging that we can find here. All we got to do is find, we put here to show you that Muhammad actually believed that the discharge from a woman is sperm. Let's show you. Muhammad actually, right here, not that one. Let's show you. I'm going to tag this guy here so that he see how stupid this prophet was. This is the one. Sunan and Nasai 197. It was narrated from Salima that a woman said, O Messenger of Allah, Allah is not shy to tell the truth. Allah is not shy to tell the truth. Wow. Does a woman have to perform ghosh, meaning if she have to take a bath, if she had a wet dream? He said yes, if she sees water. Salema laughed and said, do women really have wet dreams? The messenger of Allah said, how else would her child resemble her? Wow, what a beautiful prophet. I've never seen any prophet so beautiful in my whole life. If I was little like Aisha and I was a girl, man, look at this. How else would her child resemble her? A wet dream. Wet dream. So the vaginal discharge that a woman have when she's sexually aroused, it have sperm property. Do you see that? Do you see that? Sperm property. So when they were talking about when David Wood was talking about that verse is even deeper. The verse is actually talking about women having sperm. Women having sperm. That's what the verse is talking about. And the verse is actually saying that the sperm of the woman come from her breastbone. Just like our brother have it here, that's a breasticle. Just like he says right here, breasticle. Because sperm come from your testicle. So when a woman's sperm would come from where? Her breasticle? Because Muhammad says it came from the backbone and the ribs. And as we see here, as we can see, according to Ibn Abbas, Muhammad's cousin, the tafsir and the verse says that proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs, meaning the backbone are loins. Notice what they have to put here. They have to put loins, because your loins could never be your backbone. This is how stupid they are. Your loins could never be your backbone. Your backbone is a straight bone that comes down in your back, the vertebral column. That's your backbone. So your loins would be more like your pelvis area, not your backbone. So somebody is trying to help Muhammad here of the man and the ribs of the woman. So the sperm of the woman comes from the ribs of the woman, the breasticle, which is referring to her chest. Listen to this, which is referring to her chest. Shabib bin Bizir report from Urkuma, who narrated from Ibn Abbas, that he said, proceeding from between the backbone and the ribs, the breastbone of the man and the ribs of the woman. It is the fluid. The fluid is yellow. I wonder which one is yellow. and fine in texture. So the woman must be the woman one is yellow and fine in texture, because the child will not be born except from both of them, i.e. their sexual fluid. And you see how this idiot say that it is talking about the man in the backbone. No, it's not. It's not. Muhammad was an idiot. Muhammad was literally an idiot, like a donkey. When I say a donkey, I don't mean the animal. I mean like an idiot. That's who Muhammad was. What else are we going to talk about today? So we are going to talk about this lady right here. She's so proud. She's so proud of herself. So this lady right here, we're going to talk about her. And so let me share it with you guys. This lady, you know, I'm not gonna be too hard on her because she's a woman, and she's not really a Dawah donkey. She's just naive. So we're not gonna be too hard on her. We're gonna take our time with her and hope that she see this video one day and learn from it. So this lady right here in this video, she's so proud of her hijab, her ninja outfit. And I can't blame her that much, because women in Islam don't understand what's going on in Islam. Most of them, they have no clue what's going on in their religion. So what we're going to look at here is what she says. So let's listen to what she say for a minute.
Gives the right answer. Now, if Muslims don't know why women wear this scarf, how do we expect non-Muslims to understand?
We play it back in a minute. Just, I think I'm off a little bit.
And what does the Quran say? To identify ourselves as being Muslim, that we would be recognized. We put this on so that everybody will know that we are Muslim women. We are proud of being a Muslim.
Do you notice what the reason she says she wear the hijab is to identify herself as Muslim, a Muslim woman, and she's proud. But is that the reason for the hijab? No, it's not. The original intention of the hijab was nothing. This lady have no clue what the original intention of the hijab was. And even if she have a clue, because of the society that she's in, she cannot even tell the truth about why women, Muslim women, wear hijab.
Women. See, what this tells everyone who sees me is what stands before you is a woman of enormous strength.
She says when she wear the hijab, she said what stand before people is a woman. When people look at that, is a woman of enormous strength. No, what we saw is a subjugated woman. And this is why Andrew Tate, you notice what Andrew Tate says? Let me play what Andrew Tate says. Brother Andrew Tate. Let's play what brother Andrew Tate says, since she have no idea. She have no idea what it means to wear the hijab. We're gonna give her a lesson today, and as I say, we're just gonna look at what Andrew Tate say about Muslim women. Okay, so let's show it. She don't understand one thing about her religion. She's clueless when it comes to her religion. It have nothing to do with women of strength. It shows men's strength over women. She don't understand that the hijab shows men strength over women. That's what it does. So listen to Brother Andrew Tate for a minute.
New rule. I only learn about Islam from its most popular recent convert. Islam's most popular recent convert is Andrew Tate, aka the Tater. The funny thing about recent converts to Islam is that if the convert is a woman and she doesn't instantly start dressing like a 7th century Arab, the Muslim community will launch a campaign of insults and harassment and abuse against her, shaming her into disguising herself as a frumpy ninja.
So how does that show strong women? If you don't wear it, the Muslim men attack you. So how does it show that you are a strong woman? It shows that you are a submissive person. It doesn't show that you are a strong woman. You know, a strong woman ended up being killed in Iran the other day. That's what a strong woman is, who goes against the subjugation of men. That's a strong woman. But continue to listen to this.
But if the convert is a man, he can carry on as if nothing has changed, especially if he's famous. He can walk around shirtless, he can drink alcohol, he can eat whatever he wants, sleep with whomever he wants. The Muslim community won't care because he's a man and famous. This leads me to think that Islam may have a disturbingly low view of women, but I can't be sure about that because for the past 2 decades, Westernized Muslims have been telling me that Muhammad was the greatest feminist who ever lived. I'm so confused. I guess I'll have to ask Andrew Tate about this one. Sheikh Tater, how does Islam treat women?
Let's look at the Muslim world, right? People have their faces covered. A lot of the women have their faces covered. You know what happens when you cover someone's face?
What?
You dehumanize them.
Mhm.
If you have 100 people in a crowd and you see their faces, you can see individuals. When you have 100 people with their faces covered, they're just a number. You dehumanize.
I never thought I'd say that.
So you see, she believed that she's a strong woman for wearing something that Andrew Tate believe is dehumanizing. Andrew Tate actually says he want to go to to his homeland, and he want all these women in burqa. That that means he want all these women covered up. He don't want his women to be revealed. Now let us look at more revealing story about why women wear hijab. Let's look at why women wear hijab. This is actually revealing because it's actually going into Islam, seeing why these women are dressed up like ninjas, revealing the exact reason why women are dressed up as ninjas. And I just wanted this person to see that what she believes of Islam is not actually the truth. So let's look at the history of the hijab from our brothers and sisters.
You, sister, do you know where the hijab idea comes from or how it came?
From Jews Orthodox.
In
Okay.
Islam or generally?
In Islam, I don't know much about Jews.
In Islam, it's from Umar bin Khattab, I believe.
Correct.
When he saw Sauda go to the toilet.
Yes.
But look at the screen right here. You have a verse, Surah 33, verse 59. And look what the verse says. Look what the verse says. O prophet, tell your wives and your daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over themselves part of their outer garment. That is more suitable, that they will be known and not be abused. Wow. So she is saying that, oh, it's a strong woman. The reason she's wearing it is because she's a strong woman. When the Quran is saying that the reason you're going to wear it is so that you'll be known and not be abused. Muslim men used to abuse women who don't wear, and they still continue to abuse women and that doesn't wear these things. And abuse them in what way? Abuse them in what way? Hold on a minute.
Right?
Yes, yes. For the Jews also.
Yay! Can I get something from you, Daughter of Christ? My answer is correct.
I'll send you some chocolate in the post.
Shukran.
Yes, I got it on the screen here, the source for you if you want to for the
Yeah,
audience.
screen, yeah.
So it does say Umar ibn al-Khattab here at the top. It says, my Lord agreed with me in 3 things. So he's saying that Allah agreed with him. So he had the idea, Omar first, and then Allah came, surprised, and said yes. Yes. And the second thing is the hijab. As you see, number 2 here, it says, and as in regards of the verse of the veiling of the women, I said, oh Allah's messenger, I wish you ordered your wives to cover. So it's amazing that the idea actually came from Omar, not from Allah or even Muhammad. I want to ask Brother Jai if he has any comment before I move on to the next source.
Yes, thank you. I just want to note how he says that my Lord agreed with me, not he's saying I agreed with my Lord. So as has been said already, that this comes from Omar, not even from Allah, not even from Muhammad, but from Omar.
And also notice here what it is, sister.
Sahih Bukhari. Yeah. Sahih al-Bukhari number.
So Umar saw one of Muhammad's wife go into the toilet, and because of that, he asked Muhammad. He's been asking Muhammad to cover his wife. Muhammad or the God didn't care about covering anybody. But then one day, Umar saw Sada, one of Muhammad's wife, go into the toilet and holler at her, I see you, Sada. The next thing you know, he went and tell Muhammad, cover your wife. And then all of a sudden, there was a verse that came down just because it was something to do with Muhammad's wife. Then Allah cared about that, and a verse was sent down. And you know, when I say a verse was sent down, you know that I mean that Muhammad concocted something and claimed that it was a verse sent down and say women must be covered. But there is more to this covering.
402, and this is Sahih.
Sahih, yes. And do you want to see the verse that came, sister? Yep, you can see here. This is Surah 33, verse 59.
Al-Azab.
So it's saying, O Prophet, tell your wives and daughters and the women of the believers to bring down over themselves part of their garments. This is more suitable, and this is the important part in the yellow, that they will be known and not abused. So another question for you, Sister Lynn, and the audience. What's abuse got to do with it? A special prize for whoever gets it right. You're going to finish all my chocolates. Because this.
So not wearing something over your face could cause you to be abused. Abused by who? Muslim men. So when the woman is saying that she's a strong woman, no, it's showing that she's a submissive woman, not a strong woman. A submissive woman to the point where she submits to something that, you know, is demeaning to her, literally demeaning to her. Because if she didn't wear it, then she would be abused. If she did not wear it, then she would be abused. According to her God, if she don't wear it, she would be abused. According to her God, if you don't wear it, you will be abused. You know, some of the translator at the bottom said, may be so that they may be recognized and not annoyed. Annoyed by who? Muslim men. Annoyed by who? Muslim men. So they be recognized and not annoyed.
This gets worse, sister. It's not.
Okay. Anybody who can answer it right, get 2 chocolate.
Brother Joy is not allowed because he already knows the answers.
Abuse. Why would they be abused? I think it's in the case of Sauda.
Mm-hmm. But it says, the verse says they will be known and not abused.
Yeah.
But they were known before. They knew it was Sauda before. So what's this about?
Right. But if they were hijab, they cover all the
This is
faces, they
before
will be not
hijab.
known.
This is
Right.
before hijab. Ini sebelum hijab.
So I tell you the answer.
So nobody get chocolate.
I keep the chocolate.
Okay. She keep
The
the
an-
chocolate.
The answer is that they will be known as a free woman. This is Sahih Bukhari 4213. So this is when Muhammad came to a place called Khaybar, and he took Safiya by force, and the Muslims didn't know. Here it says the
Muslim
Muslims,
tidak tahu ya.
if she will be a wife, one of the wives, or if she's going to be slave. So they said, if the Prophet makes her wear the hijab, the veil, then she will be one of the mothers of the believers, the wives. And if he doesn't make her wear it, then she will be his slave. And this is another source I've got here. This is from Islam QA in the English. The full hijab is only for free women. Slaves and concubines should not resemble free women by wearing the hijab. So we go back to the verse that they will be known, and not abused. It means they will be known as a status symbol, that they're free and not abused, because the slave women used to get abused.
Oh.
So where is the slave now? Why are these women wearing hijab? Where's the slave? You know, where is the slave? So the wives used to wear the hijab so that they be you could differentiate them from the slaves. It was a status to differentiate them from the slave. So why are Muslim women wearing hijab now? Because they're still living in the past. They're still living in the past where they have concubine and slave system. That's what they're living in. The past where they have concubine and slave system, where Muslim men used to have sex with their slaves. So Muhammad went to Safiya, you know, after he just killed the woman, brother and husband, brother and father. He went into this woman to have sex with this woman, and his bandits were outside saying that, hey, if she come out wearing the hijab, then she is a mother of the believer, meaning that she is a married woman. She holds the status of a married woman. But if she come out without the hijab, then she is just a slave. And it seems like it was common in those times for the Muslim men to sexually abuse the slaves in a sexual way, because why would if a slave, if you look at a person's face, that's how a person is recognized. That, to me, a person is recognized by their face. If you walk down the street, you could tell, oh, this is Muhammad's slave woman, Safiya. If she doesn't, if she have a hijab on, you can't tell who she is. You can't tell who she is. You just know that, you know, she may be married, but you don't know whose wife is she. By just looking at her like that, you can't tell whose wife is she. Just crazy, man.
Oh, okay.
Do you see anything here about modesty? The reason is not modesty. The reason is that they will be known who they are and who can be abused and who can't be abused.
But the woman in the video before believed that it is modesty and she's a strong woman and this is why she wear it. No, it's not. It was not invented because of modesty. No, it wasn't. It was invented for status. That's what it was invented for. And to stop, also to stop Muslim men from lusting and abusing you. That's what it was invented for. Muslim men, to stop Muslim men from lusting at you and abusing you. They can't control themselves. They have so much sexual ideation in their head to the point where they can't control themselves. They were promised sex in heaven, sex. 4 wives and sex. They can't control themselves. They cannot, literally, they can't control themselves. A Muslim man cannot control themselves. As soon as Andrew Tate could claim that he's a Muslim, he talking about he want 4 wives. This Bobby Perspective guy talking about how he want 4 wives. All these clowns, all they see is control of women. Control of women, because Islam is a sex cult involved in control of women. If today Muslim could have slaves, they would. The only reason you don't see Muslim having slaves here in our world, even though they do have slaves, Muslims still have slaves today, but the reason it is not common is because of the pushback that they would have gotten. But if they could have their own world where they are dominant in the majority of the world, they would have as slaves in a heartbeat. And if you think I'm lying, you see the videos from Hashim Al-Hakim and others. You will see where they believe that Muslims should still go to foreign lands, conquer the land, enslave people, and treat people badly. That's Islam for you.
I want to open it back up to my brother Jai and anyone else who wants to comment or ask anything.
Okay, Brother Jay?
Yes, I also wanted to note that this is not to do with modesty, because you can have free woman and a slave woman looking identical to each other in terms of look and physical beauty. But the hijab only serves to show you which one can you abuse and which one is someone else's property.
Right. Do you see? So let's read this. The Prophet stayed for 3 nights between Khaybar and Medina and was married to Safiya. Invited the Muslim to his marriage banquet, and there was neither meat nor bread in the banquet, but the Prophet ordered Bilal to spread the leather mat with dates, dried yogurt, and butter were put. The Muslims said amongst themselves, will she, i.e. Safiya, be one of the mothers of the believer, i.e. one of the wives of the Prophet, or just a lady captive of what his right hand possesses? Some of them said, if the Prophet makes her observe the veil, then she would be one of the mothers of the believer, i.e. one of the Prophet's wife. And if he does not make her observe the veil, then she will be his lady slave. So when he departed, he made a place for her behind him, and on his made her observe the veil. And on his made her, I don't know, I think it might be a typo, and his made her observe the veil. So do you see? That it's about status and have nothing to do with modesty. Because if they could have slaves in today's era, the slaves would not wear veil. So the slave should not be modest. Islam for you. What a beautiful religion. Beautiful religion, man.
When Sauda was out going to the toilet, the only person who was abusing her, saying, oh, we can see you shouting at her, was actually Omar. It was nobody else.
Oh, look at this. Look at Umar. Can you notice Umar is the one who invented the veil? Not Allah, but Umar. So listen to this right here. Umar saw a slave wearing a veil, so he struck her. Umar was a tegreg, man. Was a tegreg. He said, do not emulate free women. So how is this have nothing to do with modesty? Narrated Anas bin Malik. A female slave came to Umar Ibn al-Khattab. He knew her through some of the immigrant of the Ansar, she was wearing hijab, cloak, which veiled her. He said, have you been freed? She said, no. He said, what about the hijab? Pull it down off your head. The hijab is only for the free woman from among the believing women. She hesitated, so he came at her with a whip and struck her on the head. Wow. That's something to laugh about, man. But this is the religion of peace. What a beautiful, beautiful religion. Until she cast it off her head. Classified as Sa'i by Al-Abani and Said al-Shahuti. Was that al-Shatri? Man, these Arabic words killing me. So you see this. Musanaf ibn Abi Sheba. 6380, 6383. Do you see that? What does this have to do? What does this have to do with no? Do you see that? You don't have to. This is just nonsense. But anyway, let's get into another thing on Facebook. So let's show you something from our favorite sheikh, Dr. Yasir Qadhi. Dr. Yasir Qadhi, ladies and gentlemen. And now fighting out of the blue corner. No, listen to me, man. Anyway, right here, let's talk about Dr. Yasir Qadhi. We show you what Dr. Yasir Qadhi says. He's such a beautiful guy. Man, Muhammad have nothing on Dr. Yasir Qadhi, man. So here is Dr. Yasir Qadhi. And I don't know who have seen the problem. If you read that, who have seen the problem so far? Anybody seen the problem? So Dr. Yasir Qadhi said, O son of Adam, if you only knew your worth, you wouldn't diminish your value by committing sins. You are the choosest species among all of the creation. And for you, paradise has been created. Now, my question is, why did the jinn accept Islam? And what will the jinn go to Jannah? That's a question. Will jinns go to Jannah since paradise has been created for the jinn alone? Paradise was created for the jinn, for the human alone. Sorry, paradise was created for the human alone. Will the jinn go to paradise? And Satan was in paradise. How did he get there when he's a jinn? What was Satan doing in paradise when he is a jinn? How did he get into paradise? It's a paradise, and Satan is a jinn, and Satan is in paradise. So Satan went to somewhere that he wasn't supposed to be in. Is that? But there's a bigger question. There's a bigger question here. Notice what Yasir Qadhi say right here. You wouldn't diminish. He says, if you knew your worth, you wouldn't diminish your value by committing sin. But what does the hadith says? If you did not sin, Allah would replace you with people who would sin. So the son of Adam, do you see, this doesn't even make any sense. If we go to the hadith, we will see something so damaging. And this is why you know that Muhammad These Muslims don't think, because this is from, according to Yashir Qadi, this is from Ibn Rahab, from his, what is this? Latif al Maraif. Pronounce it, I'm sure I messed it up. But this is from somebody called Ibn Rajab, or whatever, Rajab. But does this Muslim know the hadith that actually says that if you did not sin, Allah would wipe you out of existence? Sahih Muslim 27:49. By him in whose hand is my life, if you were not to commit sin, Allah would sweep you out of existence, and he would replace you by those people who would commit sin and seek forgiveness from Allah, and he would pardon them. So my question is now, how can you say if you only knew your worth, you wouldn't diminish your value by committing sin, when Allah would have swept you out of existence if you weren't a sinner? And he would replace you with people who were sinners. So if the son of Adam did not commit sin, Allah would have swept them out of existence. But according to this clueless man, Ibn Rajab, he is saying that if you didn't commit, if you know your worth, you wouldn't diminish your value by committing sin. But if you did not commit sin, Allah would sweep you out of existence. How does that make any sense? Islam does not make any sense whatsoever. Literally, Islam is just senseless ranting, senseless babble. That's what it is. Not cohesive. There's nothing cohesive about Islam. Nothing that bind together. Islam is like mixing oil with water. Islam is like mixing oil with water. How do you put these two saying together? How can you put Sahih Muslim 27:49 together with what Yashir Qadi says? You cannot. You cannot put it together because it doesn't make sense. According to Yashir Qadi, O sons of Adam, if you only knew your worth, you wouldn't diminish your value by committing sins. But then what do we see here with this hadith? It is saying, by him in whose hand is my life, if you were not to commit sin, Allah would sweep you out of existence. And he would replace you by those people who would commit sin. So Allah wants you to commit sin. Allah don't love sinless people. Allah don't love sinners, and he don't love sinless people. Do you see the stupidity of Allah? Allah don't love sinners, because you can find nowhere in the Quran that says Allah loves sinners. And you cannot find but you are seeing here that Allah don't love the people who are sinless. He would sweep them out of existence. If they were sinless, he would sweep them out of existence. If you did not commit sin, Allah would sweep you out of existence, and he would replace you with sinful people. And then what he would do to the sinful people? He punished them for their sins. He claimed they would have seek forgiveness, and he would pardon them. But in Islam, look at this. This is important. In Islam, Allah Even Muslim will go to hell and be taken out of hell. Muslim will go to hell and be burned in hell and then taken out of hell. Islam teaches that Muslims, there are certain set of Muslims that will go to hell and will be burned in hell for a certain period of time and then will be taken out. Even Islam teaches that Muhammad will intercede for people in hellfire to come out of hellfire. But notice what Allah is saying here. If you did not commit sin, He would sweep you out of existence. This is crazy. But Yasir Qadhi have a different idea. Yasir Qadhi quote from a man that says, "O son of Adam, if you only knew your worth, you wouldn't diminish your value by committing sins. But if you didn't commit sin, Allah would sweep you like a broom, sweeping out, man. He's sweeping like dust over a balcony, which you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to sweep dust over a balcony, but I've seen people done it several times. But Allah would sweep you like a dust over a balcony, straight into the roaring river. And you've gone into oblivion, never to be seen again. That's Allah for you. Now let's look at something else from another Muslim. This is what, this is what been going on. So this Muslim, I want you guys to pay attention to this one, because this is how dangerous these Muslims are out here. And when you see a Muslim channel have a lot of subscribers, don't trust it. Don't believe that they're doing better than the Christian channel. It's fraudulent. A lot of these channels are fraudulent. Let me show you something. Look at this. I hope you guys can read it. Can see it for your own self. Let me zoom it. Zoom it. Okay. Might not be able to zoom the way you want it, but I'll read it for you guys if you can't see it. Okay, so what we have here is a Muslim called Dr. Coco. I don't know if it's a woman, but if a man calls himself Coco, something is wrong with him. Chocolate. Oh, man. I'll read some comment in a minute. But if a man calls himself Coco, you need to go to the jail cell and be locked up forever. Until you repent. But anyway, so this Muslim here call himself Dr. Coco. Man, sound like a stripper name, like a cross dresser. What they call them? Transgender. Yeah, like that Dr. Coco. Anyway, let me tell you what Dr. Coco said. So we know that it's World Cup going on in Qatar, and I'm from Jamaica, and I used to play soccer a lot. Even when I came to the US, I was playing soccer. Like I played soccer for a long time when I came to the US. It's Jamaica. In Jamaica, soccer is one of the number one sport. We have track and field soccer and cricket. We play those sports in Jamaica. But soccer is the number one along with track and field. That's what I believe. Track and field and soccer is on the same kind of level in Jamaica. So this Muslim says, I just convert to Islam in Dawah, Qatar. I've come here to watch World Cup, but after seeing the generosity of Muslim, it feel like, I think he mean she wanna say, it feel like I am on the wrong path. So wow. Please, sister, listen to this part. This is where the crookedness, you could see the crookedness right here. Please, sister and their brothers, welcome me to Islam. Do you see what this clown wrote? This Dawah donkey. wrote, please, sister and their brothers, welcome me to Islam. She's asking for somebody to welcome her to Islam. 2:56 a.m., 22nd of November, 2002. But this clown have been a Muslim since long time, from 2013. At the bottom it says, Dr. Coco, I am a Sunni Muslim. Dr. Coco, 12/01/2013. 12/01/2013. That means, my brothers and sisters, that means this 9 years ago. If my math serve me right, it's 9 years ago, because if you take away 13 from 20, it leaves 7 and 2, making it 22. It is 9. 9 years ago, the clown says, I am a Sunni Muslim and I strongly condemn. I want my army to take over Qatar and put an end to it. I don't know what he talking what Dr. Coco talking about, but Dr. Coco in 2013 was a Sunni Muslim and want her army. I want army. He said, I want army to take over Qatar and put an end to it. He didn't say my army, but I want army to take over Qatar and put an end to it. And what we see, Qatar blast. I think maybe something happened in a place called Qatar. I need to look up what Qatar mean. And it says Shia genocide. Shia genocide. She said, I am Sunni and I strongly condemn. But she claims she just convert since the World Cup start. What a donkeys these clowns are. They have no integrity. No integrity whatsoever. No integrity. No integrity whatsoever. And this is why they can come and they lie about Jesus. They lie about this. They lie about that. They lie about, because this religion is the religion of the devil. In John 8 verse 44, Jesus tells us that Satan is a liar from the beginning. When he speaks in his native language, because there is no truth in him. Look at this clown, man. This selling, the people of Qatar are so generous. We know that Qatar, the people of Qatar are not generous. We see what happened to the workers who built the stadium over there. How many of them were killed in the condition that they were working in over there? We see that they're not generous to nobody. So I don't know why she over selling this stupidity. We with her Dr. Coco. And there's a place where she actually says, she really a medical doctor. I actually look her up. She actually said, I'm really a medical doctor. So somebody says, please check her Twitter before post. She's already Muslim and did this for cheap publicity and get followers. What a beautiful, beautiful religion. But okay, now I'm going to show you a post from a Muslim. Mohammedan. Dan. So let's show you. If I can find it. Oh yeah, I think this is it right here. Now look what he says. I want you guys to pay attention. Pay attention to what he says. Yeah. Look what he says right here. Can you guys see it? This one is a Dawah donkey. So I'm going to be rough with him. This is a Dawah donkey. He said, no one is pure, sinless. Only Allah, whatever, subhanahu ta'ala, wala, whatever he said, call Allah. Pure, sinless at everyone. So this is in a group called Muslim versus Other. And he says, no one is pure, sinless, only is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When he's going against his Quran, let's show you how I respond to the donkey. I said, show us where Isa sinned. Your post make Isa Allah. And watch this. I think he might have deleted it. Who knows? Because that's what they do when you debunk them. So in this respond here, you see where I use the Quran to destroy the clown. Oh, sorry, it might be too big. Let me see, too much going on here. I use the Quran to destroy the clown. Surah 19, verse 19. What does it say? Sahih International. Notice what he says. No one is pure, sinless. Only Allah. Look what Surah 19 says. Sahih International, Surah 19, verse 19. Sahih International. He said, I am only the messenger of your Lord to give you news of a pure boy. And who is this pure boy? Isa, the Jesus of the Quran. So indirectly, what this clown, Satan, what Satan is using this clown to show us is that his religion is a religion of lies. His religion is a religion of lies. Because when his intention is to lie, but Satan, I'm telling you, that God will actually use the mouth of Satan to make these idiots reveal the stupidity of Islam. Look at this. Pickthall. He said, I am only a messenger of the Lord that I may bestow on thee a faultless son. If you're faultless, you're pure. And notice what he says, sinless. Pure means sinless. If you're faultless, then you are sinless. A person cannot be faulty and say that they are sinless. But if you're faultless, then you are sinless. Here we go again. Shakir, he said, I am only a messenger from your Lord that I will give you a pure boy. Pure? What did it say up here? No one is pure, only Allah. So indirectly, this guy is telling us that Isa of the Quran is Allah. Arbery, if thou fearest God, he said, I am a messenger come from thy Lord to give to thee a boy most pure, most, not less pure, but most pure. Most pure. And listen what the idiot says. No one is pure, sinless, only Allah. So what make Isa? What does it make Isa? Allah. It makes Isa Allah. This is Islam for you, man. Islam in a nutshell. Islam in a nutshell. Weird, crazy religion. Make no sense. Watch this right here. Watch this right here. This is funny, man. I'm telling you. This is so funny. This one right here is funny. I just want to share this one with you. I hope there is no children watching. All the children go to bed at once. Uncle Islam is a mess. Say, go to bed at once now. I'm just joking. I just want to show this. Watch this right here. This is funny, man. I've never seen anything like this, man. Oh boy, where is it? Where is it? It disappeared. maybe I shouldn't show it because it disappeared. All of a sudden, it just disappeared. But this is funny, man. This is really funny. Let me see if I can find it. If I can't find it, that's okay. This is funny, funny, funny. Oh man, let me see. I don't know. I think something, maybe I shouldn't show it. I don't know. But the person who think about this is funny as funny can be. Hold on, I see if I find, if I can't find it, maybe it wasn't meant for me to show it. If I find it, it possibly was meant for me to show it. All right, here we go. So here we are. This is last and final touching. It's like the icing on the cake. This is what somebody feel about Islam. The moment in history Muhammad writes the Quran. Oh boy, the moment in history Muhammad wrote the Quran, man. That's funny. I ain't gonna lie. I can't say that's not funny. That is really funny. So that the guy said that's a moment in history the Quran was written. Anyway, my people, so let's see what's going on in our neck of the neighborhood. If a man have sexual intercourse with his wife, and yep, there you go. That was the where a woman have sperm. Muhammad actually teaches that a woman have sperm, literally. Literally. Ain't that crazy? Nothing but, this religion is nothing but craziness, man. I don't see why people stay in this religion. I can't see why. I don't see why. I don't see why. I don't see why, man. Weird religion. Weird religion, man. Good morning, my brother. It's afternoon now here in my area. It's afternoon now. I don't know how early it is in your neck of the neighborhood, but God bless you all, man. You know, it's good to laugh a little bit. Umar is the one who told Muhammad, yes. And I do agree with this. Andrew Tate is the new Allah. He actually says he's God. He literally said he's God. I saw a video of him claiming that he is God. Man, this religion, I wish you order your wives to cover themselves from the men, because good and bad ones talk to them. Umar was worried about his own self, seeing Muhammad's wife, because Muhammad took the most beautiful of the wives, and he was attracted to Muhammad's wife. So, and dry yogurt. Can you imagine dry yogurt? I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that before. Dr. Yasir Qadhi, the O's in the standard narrative. But do you ever notice that Dr. Yasir Qadhi always do say some things that you could use against Islam? Because, you know, the Muslims are so divided. They believe, you know, because you have Christians who don't understand the teaching of like the Trinity or something like that. They believe that Christianity is so far divided. But when you look at how Islam is divided and the belief of Islam, because what Dr. Yasir Qadhi says is so senseless. Like literally, how are you gonna quote something like that when Muhammad says that if you didn't sin, Allah would replace you with people who would sin? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Like literally, Islam does not make any sense. Logically, no sense. Logically. Here we go. Within both will be those maiden restraining their glances upon their husbands, whom no man or jinn has opened. Oh, I'm glad I didn't read that before. Do you see this? Can you imagine? Promise you sex in heaven. It's a sex cult. A sex cult. It's crazy, man. A dangerous sex cult. Dangerous sex cult, man. It's a crazy sex cult. That's all it is. But the crazy thing about it, do you see how that Coco look? Do you see how Dr. Coco lied and said she just became a Muslim in Qatar? She says, I just became a Muslim in Qatar. Like literally. And she's been a Muslim probably before 2013, because the comment made in 2013, she said, I'm a Sunni Muslim, and that was 2013. But she says, I just became a Muslim in Qatar. She said she went to Qatar and she saw how the Muslims were so kind to everybody, and she just became a Muslim over there. And this is why when you see Muslims say, I just become a Muslim, don't believe that. When you see they put their posts up, I see like, I just convert to Islam, I just convert to Islam. It's all lies. It's all lies. I'm not saying that there is not 1 and 2 people converting to Islam, but I'm telling you, all these, I just convert to Islam, that's all lies. And YouTube, they have multiple accounts of these liars. Multiple accounts of these liars. See, on YouTube, I have 2 accounts, and the reason is because I have 2 different channels. One I had before, and one was given to me. So that's why I have multiple accounts. But now I would just have 1 account. Muslims are going around here, and one Muslim maybe have 20 accounts. Some of these Muslims, and they go and they 20 times. Can you imagine? If 100 Muslim subscribe to your channel 20 times, 100 Muslim with 20 channel subscribe to your channel, what do you think? You're gone. And this is why they grow so fast. They're not because, oh, nothing special going on with them. They're lying. They are frauds. Crunchy, you here. Crunchy, you are something else, man. You are something else. When Crunchy be saying some things, you'll be laughing when he say what he says. So anyway, my people, you know, I see you again, guys. I like this. Dawah is a mess. This could be a channel. Anybody need a nice name for their channel? Dawah is a mess. There'll be but anyway, my people, I love you guys, man, and I want to say God bless you all, man, for coming out, and thank you guys for, you know, subscribing to the channels, man. I have a utmost love for you guys. You know, tomorrow we'll be back, and tomorrow what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, I'm just going to give you guys, like, I saw a video of Ali Dawah trying to appeal to a mother and a son about Islam, because the mother asks a question: is the Islamic God the same as the Christian and the Jewish God? And I just think that that's something that we should talk about. And oh, DCCI, I watch that when I'm at work. You know, I always watch her when I'm at work. It's more convenient. And so Muhammad Ali Dawah decided to do a video on it and trying to trick these people to believe that the Islamic God is the same as the Islamic God is the same as the Jewish God and the Christian God. It's not, you know, it's not. What is this? Let me look at this. Are women animals with Muslim sheikh? I need to see that. Let me share that with you guys. Are women animals? let me share that with you. Are women animals? Let's find that. Let me find it. R WOMENANIMAL. I wonder if this is the one. Guess it's hard for me to copy stuff from here. Oh, that's the upcoming stream for DCCI. Upcoming DCI. Oh, okay. So our women animal with Muslim sheikh. I see this one right here. I wonder if this is the one. If women are animal. Oh boy. Let's see. I hope this is not. He says, let's see this, because you know you can't put nothing too far from Islam. It said, our Lord Almighty creates several types of animals. Please don't go there. Don't you ever go there before I slap you on the head like Umar slapped that slave. One type for people to use for traveling. Or camel, four-legged animal. Which people use for their travel. This one type of animal. Oh wow. God has created another type of animal. Please don't go there. For people to have food, okay? And that's like cow and sheep. I'm sure he's gonna say camel. God created them so that people can have food. And do you notice that he's actually talking about the Islamic God from an Islamic perspective? Because in the book of Genesis, it didn't seem like God created animal for food. Because God put man in the garden, and he like the original intention for God was for man to eat certain things, but because of sin, death came because of sin. That's how I understand it. That if man did not sin, no death would be. There would be no death at all. No animal would be killed if man didn't sin. God created one more type of animal that is... Oh! Wow. I don't mean to laugh, man, but this is Islam. Islam is dangerous. So God created one more kind of animal, and that is women. Oh, Father, have mercy. I don't want to even go no further there. So anyway, my people, let's meet at these. He has a face for a slapping. Yeah, can you imagine what he just say about women? This guy is a clown, man. Anyway, my people, God bless you all, man. Go over to DCCI Ministry and check out the sister and subscribe to the sister's channel if you haven't as yet. Subscribe to the sister's channel and watch it. I'm sure it's going to be way more fun over there because sometimes Sister Atun laugh is contagious. So you go over there and check it out. And God bless you guys. And I see you guys tomorrow around about the same time. A blessing, my brother. God bless you. Subscribe to Bewitched Prophet of Islam channel. That's a very good channel. Subscribe to that channel. The brother may need your help. I don't know. I hope we are open enough to talk to each other. If you could possibly talk to me, I know God, how God work things out, my brother. So if you need any help whatsoever, I'm your brother. You could talk to me. So let's get out of here. And when we get out of here, what we always say, all praises to the triune God, the God who is above all gods, the God who gives us wisdom to decipher things and to make sense of sensible things and to make nonsense of things that are nonsense. And Islam is nothing but pure nonsense. And we also say, be careful of what you do out there. Be very, very careful of what you do out there. And your role model is Jesus Christ of Nazareth. That's your role model. If you keep things 100% Jesus, you cannot go wrong. I'm telling you. If you keep things 100% Jesus in your workplace, you treat people beautifully. In your home, you treat people beautifully. Outside on the street, you treat people beautifully. So I'm just asking you guys, man, to go out there and keep it 100% Jesus and see what happens. Your life will be beautiful. Whether you live or die, you'll be safe. Keep it 100% Jesus. 100% Jesus. And you'll be all right. I promise you guys, man. You know, I've seen things when you keep things Jesus, how things work. I've seen it, man. And just do as I say, and you'll be safe. Just keep it 100% Jesus. Your wife, if you have a wife, treat your wife 100% Jesus. Let me tell you how you treat your wife 100% Jesus. Just like Jesus tell Paul to tell us. Love your wife like you love yourself. Keep it 100% Jesus. And you walk out there, even with the Muslim, not because we say Dawah donkeys and stuff like that. That doesn't mean that you don't love a Muslim and a Muslim need your help, and you don't treat them the same way you treat everybody when you walk out on the street. That's the way you should treat people. You know, treat them 100%, you know, the way Jesus does things. When Stephen was being killed by his enemy, when they were stoning Stephen, what did Stephen do? Stephen said, Father, Lord, forgive them. He said, actually, said, Lord. He said, Lord, forgive them. They know not what they have done. He asks for forgiveness for them. And this is why we keep it 100, because Stephen was keeping it 100% Jesus. You know? And that's how we do it. Don't render evil for evil. And don't but repay evil with good. That's what the Bible says. It said, don't you render evil for evil, but repay evil with good. You know, and that's how you keep it 100% Jesus. You know. And that's the beauty of the Christian religion. The beauty of the Christian religion. So when they were stoning Stephen, I just want to read it and then we go. Acts 7 verse 60. So when they were stoning Stephen, then he fell on his knees and he cried out, Lord, do not hold this sin against them. When he had said this, he fell asleep. He died. So it's similar to what happened to Jesus. So this is our way of life, you know. Anyway, my people, God bless you all, man, and I see you again tomorrow. And love and blessings from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you guys for coming out and listening to me. See you again tomorrow if it is God's will.